Welcome to the Smite Force Chronicles, Season 3, Episode 2. Brought to you by... I don't know. I need to come up with a brought to you by. Menon. No one will know that reference. All right, so when we were here last week, I'm sorry, I'm just very confused. There's a bunch of stuff on the floor suddenly. What are those things?
Oh, I just dumped some stuff that I picked up that I did not want.
Ah, all right. Then if no one else wants it, I'm going to delete them.
Floor.
Does that work?
It's
Yeah.
a very poorly made scimitar and a very poor leather armor.
There, I've cleaned up the house for you. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, when we were last here, I'll do a little bit of a farther recap since some of us haven't been here in like 6 or 8 weeks or something crazy. Wait, did Tempe walk away? I don't want to do a recap until.
I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to wrap this.
No, it's all good. I just wanted to make sure because I was going to do the recap for you, Milan. And well, I guess Tyros wasn't here either. All right, so when we were last, when you guys all last played, you had just escaped a crater in the aquatic vault, right? You had been going back and forth with Deep Sleep. He wanted this dragon-slaying sword in exchange, was going to give you a Wayfinder part and safe passage out of the crater. But you guys found a way to trick Deep Sleep into thinking he was getting the sword. You made your escape, and then as you were teleporting away, you remember him saying that he knows that you've lied to him, and he will spend the rest of his life hunting you all down and killing you. Now, it's not clear if he means you or you and your families, but that remains to be seen. That said, you teleported, and you knew it was safe because Tempe had sent his pet through initially, and it felt like it was going to be a safe passage. But you awoke with the smell of fresh air, the sun beating upon your face. You were no longer in a cave. You've been in cave for what seemed like forever, even though it was really in game world days. You were on an airship, right? You looked over the edge and you saw the world moving below you. So that was cool. The last episode was spent with sort of the awakening. You're on a ship. Why are you on a ship? How did you get to the ship? Well, you knew you teleported. Is there anyone else on the ship? So the party spent some time sneaking around and getting sort of a lay of the land. And Dinjarin went invisible and snooped all 4 levels of the ship and came back with a count and sort of who's where. Tyros also did some snooping, looking through some of the portholes in the ship. Once you had the lay of the land, you went into action. For the most part, Tempe and Alexandria would enter a room and lay waste to whoever was in the room, right? You guys all had advantage because you were surprising everyone. You did do some listening, Tyros, and what you know is that everybody is very confused about what the hell is going on, right? The ship wasn't supposed to start moving. Like, Samael isn't on the ship as far as they know. Their leaders haven't returned. So what you don't know is that there's seems like there's 2 tiers of cultists, which you, by the way, realize they're cultists. There's 2 tiers of cultists on this ship. There's sort of the mid-level, low-level acolyte cultists, and then there seems to be a higher level, not quite a leader, but a more powerful red-robed cultist also on the ship. There's at least 2 of them, from what you know, and you've not dealt with those yet. So, what remains, and then I'll give you a little bit of what you've experienced. What remains is that to the east is a storage area, and there's 2 cultists patrolling, walking around, just sort of keeping that area safe. And that ends what you know is on this level. Now, you don't know if someone in the meantime has come down or up, but that's what last state of affairs. You also know that in the bilge, which is the very low level of the ship, it's a big open area. Dinjarin saw a powerful looking cultist concentrating and 2 giant spiders seemingly under his control or her control. We don't know yet. You also know that on a deck above you in the cabins, another higher level cultist is looking at maps and charts, and there's one mid-level cultist with them. So the guess is that they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on, what's the plan, why are they already in motion, so forth and so on. Your sort of insight leads you to believe that because everyone is so confused and this airship's in motion, it doesn't seem like any of them are actually navigating. So like it seems to be sort of on autopilot. It's just going someplace right now. Right? Now, you also know that one of the things that Samael had said is that he did have access to an airship. Right? That was one way that he could have gotten you out of the crater. But you did dispatch him. He is now dead. And you're good to go. All right. Any questions about that part, and then I can give you what you found. All right, so I think we're good to go. An interesting thing happened as you're searching these cabins. There was one locked door. It remains locked. But on the other side of this door, from what you can tell, is your old pal Spanky. Spanky from all the way back from episode 1, season 1. The guy who shows up periodically and seems to be some sort of a liaison for the Harpers. Right? He does some of their bidding. He brings you what you need. He tells you what you need to know from time to time. You haven't seen Spanky since Flan. It's been a bit of time. But for whatever reason, and you've not dove into it with him yet, he seems to have been captured by the Black Cult of the Dragon. As a liaison, they may assume that he has some knowledge they need. Who knows? All right. That brings us up to now. You find yourselves in the hallway. I believe the last plan was to eliminate the cultists in the storage area, as well as deal with the cultists upstairs. Whether or not it was kill or whether or not it was take down to a point where you can have a conversation, I do not recall. Dinjarin is still invisible. So that lasts until he either breaks it or for an hour, and it's only been about 30 minutes. The time has progressed. It's about 7:30 p.m. on the old clockaroonie there. The light is going away. So if you're a rogue, you also know intuitively that shadows can be your friend potentially. All right. So that brings us to now. Any questions or comments? And if anyone wants to search any of the surrounding rooms that you've already cleared out in this area, I'm happy to let you do so, and you can use that little macro. But just move into the room you want to search, and then we'll roll an investigation check, and then I'll tell you if you find anything.
Are any of these doors locked?
Oh, that was the question you had. No, all of the doors, not only are they unlocked, they're open. So you should be able to see into each of the rooms that you've already investigated. The one room that's locked is the one that's next to Dinjarin, that seemingly contains Spanky. And I'm saying seemingly because it's not like you've not seen him. You've just had a conversation. They say they're Spanky.
Next to Tyro.
Next to, it's, next to Tyros, not Dinjarin.
So do we want to find out what the cultist with the spider is chanting? And if so, should we send in someone who may be invisible to listen?
I certainly could go back down and see if I could understand what they're saying. However,
you just went down for a sneak peek. You didn't spy on them.
No, I didn't really stay and listen. I just saw what was down there, got a sense of who we had to deal with, and then came back up and reported to everyone.
And would the same level of knowledge be for the navigator cultist?
I believe that was Tyro. No, actually, yeah, that was me. I just peeked through the keyhole and saw the navigator.
Okay. What do you guys think is more critical knowledge? Knowing what the navigators are looking for, or knowing what the cultist is chanting? I mean, cultist seems like we definitely would get into combat with the spiders, right?
So I think there's probably two things here. I think to help us figure out where this thing is going, we probably need to get an understanding of the navigator. I think Glory, however, would want to know what the cultist down below is chanting to see if she could learn and control animals like that he used to be doing. And we only have probably like another 30 minutes before my invisibility wears off. So
Yeah, you're about halfway through.
yeah. The
So basically,
downside is
Dinjarin
I'm
at
also
around
not
8 p.m. 8 p.m. is when your
No, we're
invisibility we're off. Yeah.
I'm also not the smartest, so even if I were to go down there and listen to the words that this guy is chanting, I may or may not be able to repeat them to someone and be like, here's what I heard. It may be more like, I heard blah, 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 blah.
Dinjarin, can you remind everyone what happened to your character? In like with your you drew some cards. For those who didn't know,
while we were in the midst of the battle with the dragon, my chaotic evil self said, "You know what? Screw this. I'm going to draw some cards from my deck of mini things." And I decided to draw 5 cards. I got a pretty cool magic sword called the Soul Reaper, and I think that's what it's called. Let me double check. Oh yeah, the 9 lives Stealer Rapier is what I got. And then I also became lawfully good. So, however, I don't think any of you really know that yet, but that is just overall what happened.
Well, you've talked about it quite a bit.
Yeah,
I don't think as
known.
Dinjarin I have. I've just started acting slightly different. Because since it happened, we basically defeated the dragon and it just ended up here and then started going through the thing. So I haven't really said like, hey, something has overcome me and I feel different yet. I don't think I have. I may have said that once or twice. I don't remember. So you all know that I feel different and my attitude is slightly different. But I don't think I've officially told you guys. I feel like compelled to follow good. But whatever you guys want me to do, I can. Just be aware, I'm not the smartest, so I may not remember things and be able to get all the knowledge exactly. However, there is a trap door down below. I could try to open that up without them obviously seeing me and see if somehow get them to fall out.
Get them to fall out of what? The airship?
Yeah, there's like a big door that seems to open up.
Maybe you should describe
the
the maybe you should describe the level to them since it's in your head, but you don't.
Oh yeah. So when you go down on the floor, there's like big metal doors, which I'm guessing, since I was at the bottom, just opens up to the sky. There were some levers on one side and like some metal doohickeys on one side, and then I think a metal doohickey on the other. And then there was the 2 spiders were on the left and right sides of the area, and then the cultist was kind of in the middle, right near the door. So if I make some noise right near the door, like make it sound like maybe at least the spiders will walk over to the metal door, and I could see if I could open it and have them fall out. I'm assuming it opens to the air.
Yeah, well, we could do
have to
that,
investigate it.
but we could. Yeah, we'd also lose the opportunity to know what the cultist is chanting. Like, is he running the airship, or is he like trying to get control of it? Because I imagine the airship's being run by magic. Just is it the cultist magic, or are they
That's a good point.
tucked into the ride too?
That's a good point.
Because to me, it seems like the cultist chanting might be running the airship, and the navigators are pointing them in the right direction. I don't know. That's just what I've gathered.
He's from what we remember, I think he was just controlling the spiders, or at least that's what
Well,
Dinjarin was able to
that's what
ascertain.
I guess. I didn't
To what
necessarily know.
to what end though? Like, yeah, are you just
Yeah.
keeping these spiders close to you for some reason? I don't know.
That I do think that's a good point. That he could be potentially the magician who's keeping everything going. The navigator is just kind of the pilot and telling people where they need to go, and the spiders are there to protect the guy who's keeping everything going. Right? That would kind of make
Right.
sense.
Right. So, do we want to figure out where we're going, and if we figure out where we're going and we don't like it, then we can go deal with the guy and the spiders. So maybe we want to be spying
we
on the
should-
navigators first.
Maybe we should take care of the other two people in the hold to the right of the room we're in first, because then we know all we have left to deal with is the navigator and the spider guy.
Okay. I mean, if
yeah,
we could
forgot
do
about
that, we could do that before your invisibility wears off. Then yeah, that makes sense.
I think you and Alexandria have been pretty good at just opening doors, firing
Shooting
arrows,
people.
and killing people pretty quickly. So
Done.
I think we might be able to do that.
So
Sound
can
like
you
a
guys
game
replay?
plan?
So you guys, yeah, can you guys, when you've nailed down what you want to do, can you replay it for me with some specificity? So because you guys have covered a lot.
Yeah. So before we go to the navigation floor, which is one up, or the spider guy, which is a floor down, we want to take out the people who are in the east corridor. Is that right? Behind this
under the
Yeah.
main
door on the
hold.
right.
Yeah, I think in the door to the right, if that's easy.
Okay.
Right.
So Alexandria and I can move up to the door.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? And I might be able to get up into the navigation room from there, because I remember there was like a ladder that went down, so that could lead down into there. So this could be an easy way for me to get up.
All right. So you and Alexandria, you sort of creep up to the door. You'll need to describe again with some specificity how you guys are doing things and what you're doing. You see a
All right,
door
we
in front
want
of
to
you.
ready ourselves to shoot and quietly open it.
All right.
And Alexandria, you'll take the closest target. You'll target the closest target, and I'll target the furthest away target.
And when you say target, with what kind of weapon?
My bow and Alexandria's. I don't want to speak for Alexandria.
Nice.
All right. So do you know? So this is a gimme. I'm not going to give you too many gimmies. There is a porthole above that Tyros looked down and saw the makeup of the room. Have you shared that with them, Tyros? And did you know that you did that? Because I was playing Tyros, so just FYI.
No, I was
Um,
here. I was here playing last week.
Oh, that's right. You were playing last week. That was awesome. Oh yeah, because you were doing all of the porthole stuff. So when you looked at this room, did you describe it to them what it looked like? Because I can also remind you of what you saw, because that's going to be important.
I do remember. Yeah, I do remember giving a description that there were barrels, and it was a storage hold. I don't remember exactly where everything was though, and that there was two black cloaks walking around.
Okay, so I will let you know. Now I will replay for you sort of what Tyros saw. So this room is the largest room on this level. It takes up the majority of the airship. There's a door on the east side, a double door on the east side, and a single door on the west side. And you're on that west side door. Okay. On the north wall are crates, barrels, all sorts of things roped to the wall, so to hold them secure. On the south wall are shelves of things strapped in and it's sort of setting there to keep things secure. And then in the middle are crates, barrels, various things roped and netted in place. So if you think about it, you have goods to the north, goods to the south, and goods in the center, and you sort of have a circle that goes around the goods in the middle. On the west side, it's a much larger bundle of things.
Yeah.
So think of it like the letter P, and the P has fallen over on its side. So you have a big hump on the left side, and then a straight line that goes down the middle. And that's what you remember seeing. Now, what you don't know, you knew that there was a cultist on the north side and a cultist on the south side, but they've been wandering around aimlessly since then. Matter of fact, without even rolling anything, you can sort of hear their footsteps and muttering through the door. So if you want to know anything else specific before you open that door, you have to let me know what it is. And then also, you'll have surprise, you'll have advantage, so long as they're not like in front of the door looking at you. Actually, no, I guess you still have advantage. You still have advantage. So the question is, is this one of those like open the door, find a place, and immediately shoot? Or there's no stealthiness here, right? You guys are just going to go and you want first attack is basically what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
All right. So what are your next steps? You're up against the door. Who's going first? I need to know very literally. Now that you know the layout, are you both just going into the door? Someone going north and going south? Right. You're only going to get this advantage if the characters at that moment are in view.
Okay. I'll go north. You go south, Alexandria. Sound good? Yeah.
All right. So then I'm gonna freeze time in 3, 2, 1. All right. So I have a little app that's called Patrol, and they have been legitimately patrolling. And I don't know why. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna sneeze. Pardon me.
Bless you.
Yeah, give me 1 second. My my computer froze for a second. Goodness gracious. And all right, so here we are. We're opening the door, and I don't know why this YouTube is like this, just black background map screen. Don't know what's going on. So you are opening up the door, and each of you can take a step in.
I just went through a wall. Birds first.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to pull you both into the room just so you don't have a collision. And then you guys move where you're going to go. All right. And then I'm going to turn off movement for a second. So Alexandria, let's not forget, there's no lights in there. Right? Did your character move?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Couple of steps in. Well, like in my viewer, there's an effect that implies torchlight.
Yeah, no, there's lights. I'm sorry, there are 2 lamps. My bad. Okay, so what you see, Alexandria, is you see that line of goods, right? That's all the way to the east, and you don't see anyone to attack. Tempe, what you see is a cultist with his back to you. And ignore the adjectives. It adds random adjectives before, so he's not actually hurt, even though it says hurt cultist. And then you also see another one named pessimistic cultist, like at the very end of the hall, right? It looks like that pessimistic cultist is heading towards Alexandria's area. So like It's as if they're sort of patrolling in a circle. All right. Alexandria, you don't get to take advantage of having advantage or seeing anyone because there's no one to attack. However, Tempe, I'm going to put you guys into combat. You guys are now, so I need you guys to roll for initiative.
Hmm.
And Tempe, I'm not seeing your initiative roll.
I know, I was thinking I put it in my macros, but I didn't. Oh well.
Yeah, you just go to the combat tracker typically.
Nope. Oh crap.
It's been a while. Yeah,
Yes, there we go.
there it is. All right, and I hit begin combat. All right, so you guys are now in combat.
Shot?
Now, what I want to know is the rest of the crew. Glory, Stefanos, Tyros, and Dinjarin. What are you guys... So these guys are going in, and that was your plan. What are you guys doing while they're doing that?
I think I'm gonna go in and try to sneak my way around past everyone, since no one can see me, and see if I can kind of search to make sure there's nothing else or no one else hiding in there.
All right. Sounds like a plan. So I will give you at the top of every round, I'll give the extended party a chance to do a thing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, so up first in the stack rank is Alexandria. You don't have anyone to attack, but you can take your movement if you want. And potentially, depending on how far you can move, you might become within vision of this cultist and be able to make your attack. And before you ask, it is far too small to fly.
You know what I'm. You know what's up. Okay, I'm gonna move here. And
I did not expect you to go north. That's interesting. All right, so you've used what, 20 of your movement?
You're right in front of me.
You can move on your turn though. Don't forget.
Okay.
All right. And that's your move. You have visibility into one of the characters.
Cool. I'm too close, I'm too far for a melee attack, so I'm going to take the rare. I want to use my action to coat the Baphomet's dagger in poison.
So I'm just going to remind you that you have attack with advantage on this round only, because you
on
have
this round only.
Yeah. And you do have because I played you last time, you do have a ranged weapon, and it's equipped.
Oh, nice. All right, let's do it.
So I just wanted to let you know, I typically won't have to tell you that because you'll have played the last time, but since you didn't play the last
appreciate it. Have I been using the darts or the crossbow?
You've been using the crossbow.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
You remember how? It's been a while.
It's just okay. I have advantage, right?
Yeah. You do. And you hit with a solid 21.
Cool. Normal.
And it was a immediate kill. You decimated this cultist. So, he didn't even know you were there. His back was to you. His body explodes with blood and just coating those crates with blood behind him. Which brings us to Tempe.
I am going to target pessimistic cultist, who I do have line of sight to, with Baphomet's bow of sworn enemy.
Yeah, and the hurt cultist is no longer an obstacle, so you should be able to shoot past him without a problem.
Okay, so I got to uncheck consume available usage, usability, advantage. Oh, I hit him. Normal
You
hit.
did.
Sweet.
All right. So again, the arrow goes flying past Alexandria. You know, if this were a movie, it does a tracking shot. And you see the arrow sort of, Sam Raimi style, plunge itself into this cultist and just pins him to the wall. And he is no more. You've now added a couple of pints of blood to the storage area. But other than that, you've been undetected.
Awesome. Do we want to investigate or?
Well, let me end combat first. All right, so auto assign. You've got yourself a little bit more experience. So if you want to investigate, let me know and I'm going to roll. And by the way, so we're at the top of the round. I'll let you do your move, Tempe, but like the rest of the party, what do you want to do? What do you want to do, guys? So I want to be
clear.
true to the rest of the peeps.
Yeah, all clear, everyone.
Like I said, I'm going to try to take advantage when I hear him say all clear. I'll go in and see if I could find the hatch that Tyros described when he looked down into the room.
All right, make your move. And I think, hold on one second. Our cat is throwing up everywhere, as cats will do. I think Glory would join you, so I'll move her in the south side, and same with Stefanos. And Dinjarin, you said you're gonna join them as well. You're not gonna go down to the hold, right? You're gonna go and see if you can find that hatch. So go ahead and make your make your move. Same with you, Tyros. Move to where you want to be. And then I'll let you guys, if you guys are going to do an investigation, I'll do a group investigation in this room.
Yeah, let's do it.
And I think, Dinjarin, are you taking part of the investigation or are you going to head straight through?
I'm just going to head straight through.
And Tyros, are you going into the storage area or are you going into a different room? Okay, so I'm gonna remove Dinjarin from the investigation check, and you guys are just looking for anything of interest, and you need to get 12. Show DC, and I'm gonna start, and then so stop at the door, Dinjarin, and then we'll go from there. Right up, roll. Normal. Wow, you got some great. All right, so Tempe sadly doesn't get to roll anything. Tyros does not get to roll anything. Alexandria, can you roll the search table, the random search? And then Glory will do it as well. You have found a great sword. Would you like to pick it up?
Yeah. Why not?
You're fine for me. All right, so let me grab the great sword for you. And I haven't tried this before, so let's see how this works. So if I open up your character sheet, I should be able to go in your inventory, and I think I can just drag it right from the chat. Let's find out. And I believe it added a greatsword to your weapons. It did. Congratulations, you now own a greatsword. Alexandria, I'm sorry. Glory is going to roll hers now. Bummer. She found nothing. So at least one of you guys found some good stuff. So there you go. So this is your way to get random crap throughout the thing. And of course, if there was a specific thing for the quest in here, then of course you would have also found that. So right now you've not really found anything of interest other than some swords and normal storage stuff. Makes sense. Tyros, that room is completely empty. You found nothing up there. Let's move to Dinjarin. Okay, Dinjarin.
All right.
And I'm going to remove the bodies of these cultists.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask. I was like, that guy's dead, right?
Yeah, he's dead. So you're welcome to, you're at the door at the eastern side of the ship, the front end of the ship. You've looked down and saw, I believe you saw in here, didn't you?
We looked down and we saw that there was like a hatch going up to the room where the navigator was.
Okay, there
or
you
some
go.
door that was in. So yeah, we kind of know.
All right, so open the door if you want, and you're welcome to move inside. All right, so what you see is this open area. As a matter of fact, I have some narrative for you. In this lower reaches of this airship, nestled within the bowels of the magnificent vessel, lies a long, narrow room, stark in its emptiness. It's an area echoing with potential, spanning the entire width of the ship, a structural spine that appears to serve as a transitional space between the various levels of the vessel. So it looks like you're in an area that can go both up, down, left, and right. And on the eastern wall, you see a door.
That's hard because I don't recall seeing ladders going.
So just a gentle reminder, you were looking at on the ship, because it's hard to understand. There's the main area in the middle, right? And then there's a room on each end, and you went up a ladder and looked into those rooms. So you were looking at the room above this.
Okay. I'm gonna open up the other door.
All right, go for it. So tucked within the forward curve of the airship's hold level, the forward cabin is an intimate space, a cozy nook amidst the sprawling expanse of the vessel. The room embraces its function over grandeur, providing a haven of practicality. At first glance, the cabin shape mirrors the contour of the airship's nose, the room's eastern wall subtly curving inward as it nears a pointed front of the vessel. I guess it would be outward. The structural quirk imparts a unique character to the cabin, making the space feel snug and cocoon-like. Did you want to investigate? You don't see anyone in it.
Yeah, I think I'll investigate just to see if I can find anything. Maybe the key or something is around here.
All right. So this is Justin Jaran. Investigation. And 11. Yeah, you don't find anything.
I see nothing, guys. Okay, then I'm gonna go back out and do what the team wanted me to do before my invisibility wears off and go up
Time advanced
a ladder.
Time advanced for to 7:45. Okay, now the question is, so you're gonna go up this ladder. There's a hatch.
Yeah.
I think you saw a hatch, right? And if I'm not mistaken, the door was open. The hatch was open, correct?
Yes. The door I peeked through was locked. The hatch that Tyro saw was open.
Okay, so let me load that level.
Well, I guess I will really quick look to see which ladder has a hatch that's open, and I'll go up that ladder. I should say, just to make sure I choose the right ladder.
Give me 1 second. And they both appear to be open.
Okay, I'll go up the one.
I will also say that I forgot to put the hatch on the north wall in the map, so you won't see it in the image. So
okay, cool.
North hatch. I'm making a note to fix that hatch in map room. Missing. All right. So let me add you. So the rest of the party, you're going to go dark for a second because you will not. You'll be loading this map, but you won't see it. So Jaren right here. And you are wearing leather, right? You're not wearing anything else. You're not wearing your armor. We took that off, if I'm not mistaken.
I switched to leather armor.
All right. So you chose wisely, and you're in the map room. Your head is peeking through this. I mean, you're standing on a ladder. Your head's peeking through this hatch, right? And you see in the east, this cultist in a red robe, studying some maps, and to the south, sort of trying to sort of stay interested looking. You see another cultist. So, with a quiet air of gravity and meticulous order, the map room commands the east end of the airship. The spacious chamber is approached through a central double door in the west wall, which swings open to reveal a room steeped in purpose and in the pursuit of knowledge. In the heart of the room, a large table stands as the undeniable centerpiece. It is laden with an array of maps, charts, their detailed lines and notations whispering tales of uncharted territories and epic voyages. The light streaming in from the windows overhead illuminates the parchment, etching the lines in a stark relief and imbuing the room with an exploratory spirit. So that's what you see. The question is, what do you do?
I want to quietly walk over to this area.
Okay, so you're gonna have to roll. You're gonna have to roll stealth on this, just so you know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to quietly walk over here, see if I could hear the map, who I think is the navigator, mumbling anything or talking about anything, as well as look at the map and see if that might give us some sort of clue as to where we are, potentially.
All right.
Trying to figure out what I can hear and see is what I'm.
So just it's a very closed space, right? And there's some it's wooden floorboards that creak, right? So just want to give you a heads up that it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world to do, but because there's also ambient sounds from the ship that will mask some of it. I'll assume that you're trying to sort of move with the noises and not do nothing too much. So,
yeah, I'm going very, very slowly and just moving as quietly and slowly as I can.
All right, let's see what you do.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, so Dinjarin is sort of tiptoeing, through the room and nudges, bumps a chair inadvertently and makes a sound, which of course,
I stop immediately though when I do that.
Yeah,
I just freeze.
And so where did you move? So you made it to about here, right by that chair, but you're no longer invisible, right? Because doesn't that break your invisibility?
Nope. Only if I take an action, it breaks my invisibility.
All right, so so you see this cultist turns to the right, and Dinjarin holds his breath, and the cultist just assumes that maybe the chair through the waves sort of shook, but it's broken his concentration. He's no longer staring right at the at the table. So you are now in the room, and that cultist is no longer concentrating. So, you know, any additional movement, of course, will have to be stealth.
Yeah. So without moving, I'm gonna kind of turn my head, look at the map, see if I can ascertain anything that I might be able to understand from them. I'm not grabbing them, I'm not touching them, I'm just kind of looking, not like trying to move anything on the table. I'm just looking to see if the map might give us a clue as to what's going on and where we are. And then see if maybe he might. Did the cultist, the map navigator, look into the other guy? Did he say anything even after he heard that noise? Are they talking or having any conversation or anything that might give us a clue as well?
All right, there we go. Okay, so yeah, so you want to look at the map. So that's going to be an investigation check from where you are.
Yeah, just trying to ascertain if there's any information either on the map or what they're saying as to where we are or where we're heading. That's kind of what I'm trying to get.
So yeah, so you didn't. So all I'm going to give you is visibles because they've stopped talking because they've heard that sound, right? And when you got into the hatch, you didn't ask from that point to listen, right? You didn't do anything with perception.
See, that's why you don't send the guy with the 7 intelligence up to do this kind of thing.
Yeah, you're not the brightest, but and this is going to be a pretty easy investigation check.
Oh, don't worry. That may not be easy for me. Come on, pretty high. I need a high one. Ah, that's not bad.
All right. So yeah, so you oh, there we go. So yeah, so on the desk, there's various things, but one of the maps catches your eye, and it is a map of Farron, and it has some things marked on it. And one of the things that sort of circled is the city of Daggerford, and because you can see it, I'm going to share it with you, so you can see the map. And all of you should be able to see this, even though you wouldn't normally be seeing this. Hold on, configure map. I got to turn off. It's for some reason it's attached to the. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, is that better? Yeah, so I'm gonna ping on the map what's circled. Did you see me ping it?
Yes.
So yeah, so you see that this is like nice and circled. Of course, that's gonna fade away in a second. And then you sort of roughly know where you started, which is, and I'll ping it. Over here. Do you guys see me pinging?
Oh, yeah. That's way over there.
So you're over here. And you remember, based on the sun, you guys seem to be moving west. Right? And looking down, you're still seeing sort of farmland. So it looks like you've not gotten to the Empire of Shadows yet. So you're on your way. It looks like to Daggerford. You don't know why, and you don't see anything that really tells you why.
Okay.
All right, I'm going
Cool.
back to, I'm going to close the map. Where you're in the cabins, activate. And we'll go back to here. So, yeah. I added a hatch for you, by the way.
With that, wow, you did that quick. With that, then I'm going to head back to the hatch and quietly and as stealthily as possible head to the hatch and climb down.
Okay, head to the hatch, and then I'm going to have you, guess what? You're going to have to roll an investigation again. And skill check, investigation. Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear the nice investigation music? And by the way, this just got harder for you because they're already aware that something's going on.
It for some reason isn't letting me move. By the way.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll move you there.
I don't know if it's because the hatch is there now.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
And that's a horrible one again.
So this time you run into that same goddamn chair and it falls over sideways. And
Stairs
set-
and wires are my nemesis. Like that.
so while you're doing that, the cultist runs over and they're going to investigate you. So like you're trying to go, like you've made it to the hatch, but that's as far as you've made it, and they're up on you. So they're each going to roll an investigation check. And now they're going to have to hit the same thing. They're going to have to hit the same number as you.
Do I have to roll too, or? Oh, of course, someone gets a 20.
No, they have to beat this. They have to beat the investigation that you guys had. So the cultist finds you, and let's see about the acolyte or the other one. So what has happened is you've been discovered. The acolyte, the cultist shouts, "He's at the hatch," or "There's someone at the hatch." So you're now in combat. You're also no longer invisible. That's how it works, right?
No, I would still be invisible. They just know that there's someone there in that area.
Okay. So it's
the only
with
time
disadvantage.
The only time invisibility goes away is if I either end it, the time runs out, or I take some sort of action. Those are the only things that can end. So they just know that there's someone in that area.
Yeah, they know there's someone in that area. So what they're going to do is roll for initiative. But they're going to get to go regardless. Because they've spotted you. All right. So with disadvantage, because you're invisible, the only one who will get an attack on you is the cultist in a red coat. And so he's going to attack. So you see, as he's running from the table, you see him grab his dagger. And with disadvantage.
Ooh.
And swings and misses because he doesn't know quite where you are. All right. So that means that we now begin combat, and you can. So you're first. So he swung at you, and you can leave. You can attack. Like you can. There's a number of things that you can do.
So here's what I'm gonna do: is I am gonna, since I know they think someone's there, and they kind of have a sense someone's there. I am gonna, as quietly and stealthily as I possible, slide down the ladder to get to the bottom room, hopefully landing without really making a noise, so they think I'm still there, and then I'm gonna go tell everyone else what just happened. Is what I want.
Okay, so let me get back to the other map, which is in the hold. Activate, and you're there. So this is going to be another stealth check.
All right.
And let me roll that. Let me get that for you. But this isn't going to be too hard, right? Because you're just sliding down this.
Yeah, kind of sliding down the ladder like fireman style, where I'm holding on with my hand and my feet aren't on the rungs. I'm sliding down and plop really quickly.
There you go.
Come on. You kidding me? -2.
That was good enough.
I actually a plus. Oh, I thought I had a minus on stealth. So, all right, cool. And then I'm just gonna run out or go out the door and tell everybody, "Hey, 2 guys coming. They may be coming down. They are where I'm here. So that
All right.
everyone knows.
So go and you can move your normal distance.
It's not letting me move again.
Oh, let me because it's isn't it? Oh yeah, let me put on free movement for you. Okay, now go ahead and move your normal distance. You can't move any more than that.
It's weird. It's still not letting me move.
I wonder why.
So basically,
to-
I was gonna go here, and then go out towards.
So you
over.
lost 5. You lost 5 for the ladder, and that's 10. That's
Yeah.
15. So then you have another 15. So you're right here.
Yeah, I was gonna go down here. On my way out, close the door, and then see Tempe in it quietly but loud enough where he could hear say, "2, aware of me potentially coming down."
All right. So on that note, you aren't going to know what happens next. So give me 2 shakes. So I have to decide what they're going to do.
I do have to leave, drop off now though.
Oh, okay. Are you going to be back or no?
Yeah, it should only take me like 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. So I should be back really quick.
So do you want to leave some? Do you want to leave some directions?
If they come down, what I'll do is go back over into this corner and ready myself if I can, so that if anyone comes out the door, I can attack them. Not killing them, but I want to at least just try to knock them out, but not kill them.
Okay.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
All right. So, I'm gonna pan over here to you guys. So while all that's going on, what are you guys doing? You're in the storage area. Tyrosa, you're in a room.
I wouldn't mind going into one of the other rooms.
You go for it.
Investigate.
I'll give each of you a free action to do that. You can make your way all the way there. That's fine. Whichever room you're going to go. All right. And you want to do an investigation? Oh, I have to tell you investigation. And start.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, so close.
It was good enough.
Oh, enough.
Yeah, it was good enough. So go ahead and roll the random search table. You didn't find anything specific to the cultists, but you also found nothing at all.
I found nothing.
All right. Alexandria, what did you want to do? You heard Dinjarin say, hey, there might be a couple of cultists coming down a ladder after me. Storage area. You also know that Tyros is on the other side of the ship doing some searching.
I will search this side.
All right. Investigation. Didn't you guys already search this area?
Can I move? Can I move first? Like, I want to move down the hall. Is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I don't think I can. Or yes. Aha. Okay.
All right, and that's about all. I'll let you move.
Cool.
So did you want to search there?
Yeah.
All right. So it's investigation. These are just our normal investigations. Start epic roll.
Great.
All right. Cool. So you get to roll from the random table to see if you found anything specific. So you didn't find anything quest related, but you did find something.
Nothing.
And you find nothing.
Amazing.
So there you go. All right. I think Stefanos. I think Stefanos is going to do the same. She's going to move about central. So you've searched each end, and she's going to search the middle. And while she's doing that, Galori is going to go to the other side and search the middle. And then that should have covered, other than the northeast side, that should cover the entire storage area for searching. So let me do that. And Tempe, are you going to be investigating or anything while you're standing there?
I was going to do a perception check by the door to see if I can hear what's
Okay,
going on the other side.
Okay, we'll do you next then. And 10 investigation. All right, so we got. Oh, and sorry, I've got to end the epic roll. Yes. So the results were that Stephanos, Glory found nothing this time, but Stephanos may have found something. See if it's interesting now.
Oh,
Yeah, so she found stuff, but it was just like crackers and bits of this and bits of that. Nothing worth caring about. All right, now we move to Tempe, and you wanted to roll a perception check, correct?
mm-hmm.
And you're listening for the sounds of anyone coming down the ladder. That sort of
See
thing,
what's going
correct?
on the other side of this door. Yeah.
All right. All right. Yeah, so you did a solid roll. So you definitely hear the footsteps of at least two people. One, by the time you get to the door, it sounds like the first one is walking towards the door on the floor, and it sounds like the second one is you hear the like rungs of ladders, chick 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 chick. So it sounds like they're getting ready to come your way.
All right. I'm going to move into a more hidden area.
All right.
And wait.
And what did Tempe say Dinjarin say he was going to do? Does anyone remember?
I don't remember. Didn't he say he was just going to warn us, more or less?
But I think when I asked him what his next steps were, I can't remember what he actually said. Was he going to stay invisible?
I think he will, as long as he can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. So then I think for Dinjarin's turn, he's going to get out of the way. Because I think there was also a plan where he was going to go down into the hold. So I think maybe his assumption is that you guys will take care of this crap. That's his move. All right. But that said, everyone other than Tyros is going to be in combat. So let's make this happen. And now we're going into rolling for initiatives.
Did the cultists follow me down?
Oh, you're back? Yeah, they did. Tempe went to the door and he heard footsteps approaching the door, and he heard other sounds of someone coming down a ladder.
Okay, cool.
I'll get it right after this.
I'm in my car driving back to. I'm just on my phone right now, so I thought I could at least verbally tell you what I would do when my turn comes up.
Yeah, so I'm glad you joined because we just made a choice for you. You're invisible for it looks like another 15 minutes. And you're heading back towards the downstairs hold while you still have the invisibility, I think was the idea, while these guys can take care of these two cultists. So far these guys haven't posed a problem, although this is one of the ones in red, so it remains to be seen. So if that's still your plan, we can stay the course, but it's not. You're not in. You are in combat, but you're not at the top of the stack. I do need to roll. No, I need a roll for the other people.
Okay. And yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
And you normally roll with advantage, right? Because of some buff
yes.
you have.
Because of Baphomet's Maul that I have.
Yep. All right, so this time the cultist is up first. All right, so let's begin combat. Wait, not all. No. Who hasn't rolled their combat thing? Oh, Alexandria. Alexandria, you need to roll. Maybe you'll get lucky and you'll be first.
Nope.
Nope. Begin combat. All right, so we are in combat. They just know that they heard a sound, so I'm not telling you what they're doing. All right, so Dinjarin, it's your turn. Are you making your way to the hold, or what do you want to do with your character?
Yeah, if that's what the plan everyone kind of suggested I do, I'm gonna run, or well, not run, but try to get back to.
You can run because stealth doesn't matter anymore. But if you want to run, then you can go twice your distance.
Right. Yeah, then I'll use my my action. Like I'll run and run again to go twice my distance to try to get to the ladder to go down the hole.
All right, so you can go. I think you can go 60 feet, right?
Yes, that sounds about right.
All right, so you made it all the way to the door where Spanky is, or almost to the door where Spanky is, and that ends your turn.
That'll end my turn.
Tyros, you know that you know that there's you hear some kerfuffle going on. What is your plan? Because I'm down here now. I might as well ask you your plans.
Actually, it was Tyros.
Yeah.
Did I stop Tyros at all?
Did you what?
Did I pass Tyros at all?
No, Tyros has been searching
No,
the empty cabins.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna
But
say,
I do
if I
hear.
did, I would have said something.
But yeah, you hear Dinjarin running down the hallway, but you don't see him.
Yeah, so I'm going to step out of the door and back into the hallway and just kind of see what's going on.
All right, you can move your full distance. So move to where you want to be, and then we'll go and do Stefanos will be up next.
Oh, for some reason I can't move.
Oh, we're in combat mode. Okay, now you should be able to move.
There we
That's
go.
10. So 10. You don't see anything, but you hear Tyro, or you hear Dinjarin coming towards you. And Dinjarin, do you say anything to Tyros as you're approaching him?
Yeah, I'm trying to move fast, so I just say, cultists, far east of the ship
Okay.
coming down.
All right. So you hear
Cool.
that. and
So
you
with
have-
that,
you-
I'm just gonna hide right kind of behind this wall here and ready myself.
I would also tell him, tell him that I'm going down to the hole. Going down to the hole, just so he knows. So.
Okay. So you are now you're now hidden. Dinjarin is going to be running past you, but this takes us to the next turn, which is Stefanos. Stefanos is just going to move forward, and then she's going to ready herself in case anyone comes around. She's going to shoot them. Glory is to the north. Glory is going to pull herself to right about here. And she's also going to ready herself. So if that door opens, she's going to lay waste to them with a ranged weapon. All right, this brings us to Tempe. So you're on the side of the door. No one's come through yet.
Yep. Just gonna get ready.
All right, and are you ready for melee? I assume, since you're close quarters.
I wanted to say that Dinjarin wanted to not kill them, so I guess I'm readying to grapple.
Okay. And you don't know. He didn't tell you how many were coming, so you don't.
Right.
So you there's two different cultists. You know that. You're just gonna grapple one of the two, right?
Yeah, whoever.
All right. So you hear in a muffled voice, this occultist say, you hear him say, carefully open the door to somebody. All right. And then that ends that person's turn. Alexandria, you're up.
Sick.
A lot of flanking going on with you guys, it looks like. All right, so you're standing right in the middle of the two double doors.
I'm gonna go through.
Oh, you're gonna open the door and go through. So that's as far as you make it.
Old move.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you open the doors and you don't get advantage because they're ready. As a matter of fact, when you pull on the door, you feel someone also pulling on the door because this cultist was getting ready to try to open that door up. So you see you're flanked. To the north is a cultist in sort of one of the normal robes. We'll make his robes blue. And to the south is a cultist in red. So from the angle, the first one that you would have seen would be the cultist to the north. But I'll give you right of refusal for which one you want to take a look at.
North sounds good.
All right. And aim north then. Boom, you're aimed north. And it's a normal attack. You don't get advantage, but it is a normal attack. So you're good to go with whatever your weapon choice is.
Going for a classic. Oh god. Well, that's okay. That's okay. I get a second attack.
I say you get a second attack, so you should be okay.
All right.
And you hit. Oh, and you so your dagger, right?
Yeah.
You sweep your dagger across the abdomen of this cultist, and he looks befuddled, and as his intestines and insides just start to slowly sort of hang out of this gaping wound. He is just befuddled. All you hear from behind you is, huh. That's it. And that end your turn? Unless there's anything else you want to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to finish him off.
Nice.
Wait, okay. Target him. I'm gonna target him, and I should have Fury of Blows left because.
Yeah, I didn't use any of the last few sessions.
Okay.
And you guys long rested, so I think you should.
Yeah.
I think you guys. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's been a while, huh?
I got it. All right.
Oh, by the way, the anyone who used the old sheet, that tiny sheet, it's still there if you want to switch to it. So.
So I hit.
So yeah, it is a yeah. You hit him. You see her just like her arms are a blur. Yeah, and how do you want this cultist to die?
Amazed at the strength of my bony bird arms and talons.
So yeah, so this cultist was like looking down at his entrails, and looks up just in time to see Alexandria's blur of arms and blades completely decimate him. His eyes go big, they go dark, and he falls in a clump to the floor.
Shouldn't have been so
Dinjarin,
confident.
You are now up, Dinjarin.
All right. I will continue my trek to the.
Yep.
To the hole.
And
I can't move again.
It's I don't know why. Oh, I know why. Hold on 1 second.
Oh wait, there we go. There we go. I got it.
Tyros, you need to roll initiative. By the way, I forgot to have you roll it because you're.
Oh, am I in combat? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And again, I'm gonna use my action to go the remaining way down the into the hold. Again, try to be quiet on that part. So that was 10, and then down into the hold.
Yeah. So, because there's no awareness of you, this is the honor system. Like you're just being very, very careful. The only thing that we need you to do is to roll to make sure you don't fumble. That's the only way this could possibly go wrong. So
Right.
stealth.
And what should I roll?
I'll do an epic roll for you.
And assuming I get down there without any fumbles, that'll be the end of my turn. Since I took my action to get down there. Oh my god.
I thought you were gonna fumble there for a second.
I did too.
All right. So when your turn is next, you'll be in the hold. So we're gonna go to. I'm gonna have. Everyone's gonna roll. We have to do the next round. And I gotta hold on. We gotta roll initiatives. Everybody roll. All right, so it looks like all right, so everybody rolled. So we hit. All right, so at the top of the round, the cult fanatic finally, gets to have a go of it. Moves up next to Alexandria, and hold on. Does inflict wounds on you. And gets advantage because he's flanking you.
Ooh.
That's his
Powerful.
first move. He has multi-attack. And you feel the air of a hand coming towards you. Again with advantage. But this time misses, so you feel this air, this waft of air, fly past you. And you swear you see the hint of a dagger glistening in your periphery. Tyros.
How come he has advantage?
Hold on 1 second. We forgot one thing. Almost no one reminded me. Tempe, you can see the fanatic, so you get a free attack, and so does Glory. Oh no, Glory can't see him, but Tempe, you can, so you get your ready to attack.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna go help Elena move some boxes, so I have to stop pretty soon. So I'll just shoot this guy real quick.
Yeah, we're gonna end this. We're gonna end this battle, and we're gonna be done.
Are we trying to kill him, or are we trying to keep him alive?
Well, he
Question.
stabbed Alexandria, so he kind of lost out on staying alive.
And there is one more fanatic in the basement.
Ah,
Just as a reminder, though, because there's two cultists left.
Boom. And I should get another attack if he doesn't die.
All right. So then that ends your turn, and yeah, you did some serious damage to, or do you get a second?
I get to shoot again if I hit.
Yeah. So
but
I don't know if that. I don't know if that
that's like
works
a
when it's in
normal combat.
Yeah, I
Right,
think that when
yeah.
you're readied. So right now it's now
Okay.
Tempe's turn. Yeah. So Tyros, you're up.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, and we're gonna end right after this this round of combat. After this
Okay, cool.
little bit.
I can't see anything from where I'm at, so
Nope, you'd have to move.
I am, yeah. I'm going to stay ready to where I am because if he does come flying past me, I'll have advantage.
Okay. Yeah, and you don't know what's
So
going on,
I'm
so
just gonna-
so you're just ready in case anybody comes past you. Okay.
Yeah. So ending my turn.
All right. Alexandria, you are up. And I'm assuming you're going to spin around.
Yep. All right.
So you see that he's got an arrow lodged in his chest, and you see with each heartbeat blood is sort of spurtering around the arrow. And you thwack him, but good.
Yes. All right. Gotta finish the job.
You shall not prevail. The cult will see all of you and yours splayed upon the ground.
Yeah, just keep talking.
All right, so it's a hit.
And here we go. Ugh. God. Well, what do I even... I mean, whatever, okay. He's circling the drain. I feel okay.
Feeling pretty good. Yeah, it's not nothing. So Dinjarin, you're at the hold. Let me load you up. One second. We gotta pull you in. There you are. You should be seeing it about activate.
Okay. All right, I'm seeing it. Oh, it's darker than it was before. So I think what I'm going to do.
But yeah, it's darker because it's getting dark outside.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I want to go. I'm going to walk over here.
Okay, and you can do that. Oh, let me put on free movement.
Yeah, again, trying to be quiet, and I want to investigate this machinery, see if I could understand what it does. Or it looks like there's some sort of, I forget what those things are, but the big wheels for like plumbing.
Yep,
and
spinny
stuff.
thing. All right.
So I want to see if that's my understanding of it is correct.
All right, investigation. And you hear the hum of the motor.
Whew. Just barely made that.
Yeah. So, well, no, I mean, I didn't do it against a DC. It's just a range for me. So there's no failing or passing. It's just how much I tell you. It depends on the number. So yeah, you see these cogs spinning, right? You see this bar sort of leading out of the rear of the ship, sort of going in a circle. You don't have any idea what this red handle does, but I will say that you just with that very low roll and your intelligence, this seems to be something to do with the propeller.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think
you
yeah,
still
that's
have
it for my turn.
25. You have 25 left.
Okay, then I will head back.
Oh, hold on.
this way.
You have, if you want to go guaranteed stealth, you only have half of that. So you had 30. That means you have 10 left.
Okay, so then I'll go back to like right about there.
All right.
Right there.
Go for it.
Again, it's not. Oh, okay. Right about
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, and
Alright.
you see spider webs and all sorts of nonsense around you.
And I could still see the spiders and the cultists down here, right?
Yep, you sure can.
Okay, cool. That's it for my turn.
All right. Scene. Back up to the hold. And you do see the cultist is wearing a red robe, even with your intelligence. You know that he's a little bit more significant than the others. All right, so end your turn up here, and we'll go to Glory, or I can do it for you if you want.
Yeah, I actually. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. It wasn't showing up because.
Yeah, you go back. Combat has different levels of combat, right?
Got it. That's why, because
Okay.
I was putting in my turn earlier. I was like, oh, I don't see it. But okay, that makes sense. Cool.
So Glory is going to move here. Target the fanatic. And second. And she's going to shoot with the crossbow. And because of Alexandria, she has to shoot with disadvantage. And the door, there's like a bunch of clutter. But it all works out for the best. And, you know, Glory steps into space, raises her crossbow, and she's just like, we're done. And pop. Cultist falls in a clump on the floor. Nothing spectacular, just you've removed the rest of his life from him. And we're good to go with that. So
Did she turn her crossbow like sideways? And...
she did one of those like, I'm not even looking at you, bap, right? And he's just gone. That does end combat. Yes.
Yay.
Auto
Wow,
assign.
these guys are real paper tigers.
Yep. Well, I
You
mean, the
probably
fanatic
won't
was
have to kill that one.
the satisfied, or the cultist was a little more substantial. All right. And then they are gone, and that ends combat. I also need to go to cabins and delete them. Jaren, and there should be no longer a combat there. End combat, yes. That's why. All right, and we go down back to this, and we are back in the hold. So yeah, so you guys made quick work of, of these two cultists. You did realize that the cultists in red aren't a walk in the park, but you have numbers on your side, right? You gauge that they're roughly as powerful as you. Now you don't know how much more powerful the one in the hold is, but you do know they're wearing a red robe, so you can sort of do some simple math. You also know that in the cabin above, Dinjarin made some clatter. He hasn't searched the room, so that map room is still unsearched, and it's going to remain so until we play next week. Any questions or comments?
Help
Is
me
there
with spiders, guys. Help me with spiders next week.
Yeah, and by the way,
Should we just go up to the map room? There's nobody in there now. We can inspect the maps. Or do you want to go snag it, Dinjarin?
I see how it is. You guys tell me to go down to the spider area, and then you guys all ditch me up into the map room. I see how this is going to be.
I mean,
I'll go
we
down
should
and
know
help
where
Dinjarin.
we should know where we're going. Then we'll have leverage over the spider guy. We can say, "Turn this ship around."
But we may have just killed the only person who knows how to turn the ship. Well, you guys may have just killed the only person who knows how to turn the ship around.
Yeah, potentially.
Good possibility.
So
I doubt it.
So we're gonna end the game here. But next time we play, you guys can head to the map room. You're in the hold. Dinjarin, you have maybe 4 minutes left. Oh wait, no, it's 7:46. You have about 10 minutes left actually, before you zap into appearance, potentially down in the hold, which is probably not where you want to be.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess I would, being just really quick to being the person who took it, I would be aware of how much time I have left, right?
Yeah, you would know. It's not going to be a surprise. That's why I'm giving you these constant countdowns, and you have that. You can see what time it is. I'm going to advance it by 4 minutes after the game, so you'll start at 7:50, and you have until 8 o'clock. All right.
Okay.
Any questions or comments? Otherwise, we're going to end it.
Cool.
Awesome. You guys all have a fantastic weekend.
Good to
Hey,
be
text
back.
me.
Thank you.
Yeah, text me if there's anything that needed to be fixed or didn't work well, because we're in V11, so you know.
Went straight pretty well today.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right,
No
guys.
issues for me.
See y'all later. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.